Oh, hello there. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you. It is March 3rd, 2025. It is freezing cold here this morning in southeastern Connecticut. This is the very roller coaster time of year in New England where 1 minute it's 10 degrees, next minute it's 60. We don't really know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. And if you're in that place, you need a little bit of joy, a little bit of peace. I invite you to join us right now for an all new episode of Project Joy Live. Hello, everybody. Good morning to you. Happy Monday. It is Monday, March 3rd, 2025. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and this is Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this 9 a.m. Eastern Time hour. I have got a fantastic co-host today who joins us the first Monday of every month. Trista Polo is here, author of Self-Love Shenanigans. She's also been working with charms lately, which has me down just a whole rabbit hole. And I both appreciate it and don't at the same time. I'm excited today. I got a little breaking news for you this morning. We're having a joyversation. We're going to be talking about creating lasting impact with Trista. Trista and I decided before the show that neither one of us knows what we're going to say today. So this is going to be a great time. And we're going to do it live on air with you. Sometimes I do this. Sometimes I will literally, now I do plan ahead sometimes for I have to for the episodes to schedule them in, but there's times when I do like a ton of research and I have so much that I need to say, and then there's times like this where it's a topic that's just been on my mind lately and we're just going to hash it out together. So that's what we're doing today. I hope you've got a pen and paper or something to like work it out with if you need it. But we're going to jump right in and I'm going to get you started with some breaking news. Here we go. All right, so here's the thing, you guys. Last night was the 97th Academy Awards. It was at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles, celebrating the pinnacle of cinematic achievements. And like every year, I feel like in the last, I don't know, 10 plus years, I haven't seen any of the films that are up for awards. I where I don't know what's happening. Now I did see some of the ones that were up for awards. We've talked about Wicked several times on the show, and they did not win any award. So it just brings me to this place of like, it's like when you're watching a sports thing where like you maybe only know about one team and a sports thing, a game, Jessica, a game. And so you're like, one team, one player, whatever. So you're wrapped up in that. You don't know what's happening on the other side. The other team wins, and you're just kind of like, oh, I don't know what's going on. But I wanted to give you a little rundown anyway, in case it's something that does interest you. The evening was marked by standout moments, memorable speeches, and a few surprises. The major winners last night, Best Picture was a movie called Anora. It emerged as the night's biggest winner, securing 5 awards, including Best Picture, directed by Sean Baker, who also took home Best Director. Anora captivated audiences and critics alike with its compelling narrative. So I'll have to check out that movie. I have no idea, because also Mikey Madison's portrayal in that movie earned her the Best Actress award, making a significant milestone in her burgeoning career. Best Actor was won by Adrian Brody for his role in The Brutalist. Again, No idea. Delivering a performance that resonated deeply with viewers. Best Supporting Actress was won by Zoe Saldana. Now, I love Zoe Saldana since her early days, like when she was in um the Center Stage movie. She played a dancer, everything. She played a role in a movie, Amelia Perez, which garnered her the Best Supporting Actress award. And then Best Supporting Actor was Kieran Culkin, the brother of Macaulay Culkin, who we talk about him a lot in our 90s segments that we do, him being in Home Alone, among a ton of other movies. But his brother, Kieran Culkin, won Best Supporting Actor for his performance in A Real Pain, further establishing his prominence in the industry. The night was hosted by Conan O'Brien. Musical performances included a captivating opening, which I will go back and find this clip and watch it. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo did a whole bit from Wicked, and included Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which we know was in the original Wizard of Oz. But what I want to say about the joy in our breaking news today is the Oscars exemplify the duality of joy found in both victory and the honor of participation. For winners, it's a moment of recognition and celebration of their hard work and talent. For nominees who didn't take home the statuette, it's still a profound acknowledgement of their contributions to the art of filmmaking. In both winning and losing, there's joy to be found in the journey, the creation, and the shared experience of storytelling that touches lives worldwide. So let me know if you watched the Oscars last night. I know a lot of people just don't watch award shows anymore. I'm still, as we know, big fan of watching the Grammys because I imagined myself to be there one day, and who knows? I say it could still happen. So these award shows also remind us to keep our eye on our dreams, and at any time we can make those things happen. So let's get on with our Joyversation today. All right, our Joyversation is where joy meets conversation. We get to know each other a little bit, and we have a fun question today, and we're going to have Trista chime in on it in just a moment. If you had to wear one outfit for the rest of your life, what would it be? If you had to wear one outfit for the rest of your life, what would it be? That's the question. And I think about this question today because you see, anytime we have the awards shows, everybody's all done up from head to toe. And I can tell you, I can promise that would not be an outfit I would want to wear for the rest of my life. Too much getting ready, too much to do and whatnot. So I do have an answer for you. And I'm sure Trista does as well. She's the author of Self-Love Shenanigans, and she's a coach. She works with charms. She does so many things. And we're so glad to have her back on the show as co-host today. So put your virtual hands together for Trista Polo, everybody. Trista Polo's here from sunny warmness that we don't have here.
This is not a background. This is really where I am. It's very exciting.
It is, and I can feel the warmth.
Good, because I can feel it too. Although I have one thing that I just realized is a downside to this being real and not a background. A lizard just ran over my foot. That never happens in my living room.
He has joy too, Trista.
He has joy too. It was a little jarring, not gonna lie. Hold on, I need you to have a little bit of there we go. A little palm tree action in the background. There we go.
All right, we're gonna have some. Okay, so do you have question? Do you have a lizard charm?
Of course, I have multiple lizard charms.
Okay, so can you tell us like what the lizard means? If you were to pull out the lizard, what would that mean for us?
Well, so the lizard that ran over my foot is, I don't know if this is the way to pronounce it. It's like Anole, A-N-O-L-E. So I might be spelling it wrong. But one of the things about them is they're part of the iguana family. They're part of a very long, rich history of lizardness. And they also can change color and they can grow back their tails. So they're really good at adaptation. Yeah. Coming through no matter what. So we can bring that to the conversation of creating lasting impact. Like,
yes,
you take their tail away, you change their environment, and unless it's cold, they will flourish because they're part of the iguana family. I'm not sure that they fall out of trees when it's cold like iguanas do. But they do live in trees, so they can see from very high up. So they have a lot of vision. They have that bird's eye view.
Yeah.
And they're very adaptive, and they're quick on their feet.
I feel like they're now my spirit animal. I would just fall out of a tree just on a whim. That's what I would just...
See, and I thought it was going to be because they're adaptive. What do I know?
No, but also, yes, I agree. I think lizards are known for their resourcefulness and resilience, and the ability to overcome obstacles and embrace change fearlessly. So I love that. I mean, that's a great message for everybody today. See, y'all didn't know you were getting a message today, bonus for you.
And you know, that's one of the things I love about charms is you can create your own interpretations. Like I did pull one out for today. I don't know where it went. And it was a turtle. And so for me, turtles are all about my grandmother because she was that was her spirit animal. And so you can really interpret the charms, either how they're meant to be interpreted by getting things about what they're like and who they are in the environment, or you can create your own interpretation and assign it because that's what this one means to me.
Yeah.
And so they're all about adaptation in any environment. I love it.
Look at that. I mean, with so many, I mean, it's all, yeah, that. Miss Brittany's out here. That's the other thing too, is these award shows, I swear to God, they become later and later, and either that or I'm just more tired and more tired. Teresa's here today. Okay, so we're getting into today's question, which is, if you had to wear one outfit for the rest of your life, what would it be? Joanne said jeans, t-shirt, and sweater, and a comfy socks. See, she's covering it there. She's got the sweater in case it gets cold, and then she could take it off. See, resourcefulness,
adaptation,
the lizard,
all of that there.
There it is. Brittany said some comfortable leggings and a t-shirt. I absolutely need to be comfortable if I can only wear one outfit for the rest of my life. So yeah, I mean, knowing what you want and need is a skill to have too.
That's right.
I so wanted to wear my blue Lemurian dress forever, but alas, it got threadbare and full of holes. I want a new one. But if you could pick that one, that's what you would pick. Yeah. Teresa. Yeah, I'm kind of a fan of like a maxi dress / skirt, because I feel like that would be flowy and comfortable as well. And she loves iguanas. Yes, their tails fall off very easily. I suspect that is a survival mechanism, Joanne said.
For sure.
Okay, so what would be your outfit for the rest of your life, Trista?
Well, it's funny because about every 5 years, I totally reinvent myself. Like I look at the picture that you have of me in all of the stuff. Yeah. I'm like, that's still me, like the joy. Yeah. But I don't feel like I look like that anymore. I feel like my inside and outside completely change. So I'm going to answer
my life.
Yeah, I'm going to answer in the moment because that's all I have. Yeah. I have this, you said maxi dress. I have this maxi dress. It's so comfortable, but I would make it out of a better material, like really nice cotton, really high thread count cotton. Yeah. And then I would wear leggings underneath it, like yoga legging kind of pants. And I always said that my rich person thing, does everybody have a rich person thing? Like if you had all the money you'd ever need, that you'd have like this one weird thing. So mine would be that I would hire somebody to pick out my socks and they'd have to be perfect. Remember the Seinfeld episode?
Oh my God. Takes me back.
I know. And then I would never wear a pair of socks more than once.
Hey.
I would never wear socks once. Right now, my favorite socks are these black Skechers socks that I found at Costco. They're so amazing that I have gone online to find more. And they're the only socks I wear. But I do have to currently wear them more than once. I wash them, wear them again. That's now. Like you said, with the 20s, anything can happen.
When you're living the life, you will have a new pair of socks every day.
Every day. Never double it.
I love it. Andrea's here this morning. Good morning, Andrea. She has pants that look like jeans, but are comfy enough to be PJs.
Nice.
See, I love how the older I get, the comfort over looks. I think everyone here
Agreed.
agrees with that.
Agreed. Did everybody who watched the Oscars, what did you think of Halle Berry's dress of mirrors?
I did not see it. I need to go look.
Oh yeah,
I'm
go
so
check it out.
behind right now.
Definitely. And then you were talking about the Over the Rainbow. I don't know if you noticed when they went in to hug. That was patterned, I think it was inspired by the ruby slippers. It had a slipper as the back, like probably the zipper, or I don't know, just some sculpture. But yeah, that was like, so go check out the things they wore at the Oscars. I feel like they really leveled up the fashion, not being a fashion girl, but since we're talking about outfits, I thought it was important.
Yes. I need to go look at all that, and I will report back on Wednesday with any findings,
Okay,
any
good.
scientific findings here about the Oscars. I'm tired, and it's been, I mean, truth be told, it's been a really challenging week for me. So I feel like where I'm at in the moment is going to impact my answer to this question, but I'm going with t-shirt and leggings today, man. I'm tired. If I was not tired this morning, if I had not had a really challenging last week and a half, 2 weeks or so, I would may answer differently.
Yeah. Okay. So does the t-shirt have anything on it? A band?
No, it's just plain.
Show?
And this is why it's like this is one of my favorite t-shirts that I'm wearing today. So like black t-shirt and leggings, because my thinking is like you could dress it up or down. Yeah. I love how the leggings look with like boots over them, but also like no shoes. Like, can we just no shoes, like just barefoot
shoes,
t-shirt, leggings, ready for the warmth.
Yeah. I haven't had shoes on for 2 days. I'm so happy about it.
Like, yes. I bet you haven't, because it's nice and warm there. And all of us are jealous now. Yeah. It's what it is. All right. So we're talking about creating lasting impact today. And I was telling Trista before we came on the show today, I'm sort of in the rabbit hole about this concept even right now, because we hear this phrase, create lasting impact, often. Like we hear the word legacy, change, and all of these things together. But then I think of the Jessica that wrote this lovely book here called Thriving Through Change. You can find it on Amazon down in the links, along with Self-Love Shenanigans. You need both of those books on your bookshelf. But outside of the plug, I think part of what I talk about in that book is that everything is fleeting, everything changes. And so does it's anything lasting? I don't know. We could go down the rabbit hole with all of this right now. So we'll just start by like, what does that phrase lasting impact mean to you, Trista?
Well, I actually went and looked up a quote, a minute ago, because that's when I really understood what we were talking about. When I was the president of a nonprofit women's volunteer organization for 2 years, and you always had to pick a theme for the year. And so one of the years I had this quote, and so I just looked it up so I would say it correctly and be able to tell you whose quote it was. So Jennifer Granholm says, "Sometimes leadership is planting trees under whose shade you'll never sit." And that always speaks to me, because I feel like if you want to really have legacy, you need to let go that it's about having legacy and make it about the impact.
Right.
Like, I think about my uncle. He has passed away, but no one will ever question the legacy and impact he had. And he never wanted to be recognized, acknowledged, cheered for. They did so many celebratory events in his honor, and he was embarrassed by every one of them, because for him it was about the impact and not the impact that he made. It was about the impact that was made.
Right.
So that's what I'm sitting with right now. And then when I think about, so what does that mean to me, for me? If I look at the work I've already created, I'll focus in on the Self-Love Shenanigans book, because that's my own personal, it's not a compilation. If I could level up and expand the love people have for themselves, what kind of lasting impact could that have?
Right.
I think a lot about transmutation recently.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could transmute the self-hatred and shame and judgment that we have for ourselves into self-love,
Right.
that would be a pretty special thing to do, even if I'm not the one known for it.
Right, right. And I think like so I'm not even gonna say when I think of legacy, lasting impact, things like that, I realize that for myself, there's still as much work as I've done around the area of detachment. I realize that there's still work that needs to be done. Going back to the quote that you shared, it's about planting trees that you may never get to sit under. And that's like, because that takes puts your own mortality on the table. It puts your own effort. It puts all of these things on the table that are uncomfortable conversations to have with ourselves. But I go back to, there's one part in my book, Thriving Through Change, that has a 4-part thing that brings in things that this is my favorite part of the whole book, because it talks about expectations being a good thing, which I know the entire personal development community is like, no, don't say it. No. So the 4 parts are plan, expect, allow, detach. Plan, expect, allow, detach. Talks about planning. As a creative, I share in the book, this part comes really easy to me. I have all the ideas all the time. I know you're the same.
Same. Yeah.
Yes. So all the ideas all the time. Planning is important to things, right? The second part is expect. And a lot of people are quick to be like, don't have expectations, blah, 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 before agreements, blah, blah. But
how you argue with yourself.
Yes. But I loved that. I loved expecting, because the dictionary says expectation means a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future. That sounds like law of attraction to me.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Or manifestation or prayer or whatever you want to put there. Okay. So strong, it sounds like faith to me.
Faith,
expectations sounds a lot like faith, belief, it's important. So have an expectation. Then we have to get into the part that's hard for many of us who have control issues, to just allow.
Yeah.
To allow what will be to be. You've planned, you've expected in a healthy way. Things are going well. Your next step is to just allow it to be. And then finally, that 4th step that I know I still have work to do on is detachment. What if things didn't go as I wanted? What if my season of change leads to something bad or worse? And it's all those what if questions.
Yes.
What if I plant the tree and there's no one to sit under it? What if they don't like the tree? What if it's the wrong
tree
kind?
Dies?
Right.
Yeah.
What if the tree dies? That's it. So that part is, I'm realizing for myself, is the hardest part for me, is that detachment.
I have an exercise that I'd like to give to you, everyone, and it's in my book. I don't know where. I just know I put it in there because it always struck me. So here's the exercise. Good morning. The exercise is buy a gift for someone and really put a lot of thought in it. Like if they could pick their perfect gift, put a lot of thought in it, and figure out a way to get it to them where it's anonymous, and never tell them it was you.
Yeah.
No matter what their reaction is. And that really allows you to confront exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And do it over and over until it doesn't affect you anymore. Our brains are very adaptive.
Right.
And good at change. And the first time we do something, it's scary because our brain is worried we're going to die. It's trying to just really keep us alive. But the 10th time, it's like, no big deal. I know I'm going to survive this. Right. So give anonymous gifts. I did this when I first moved to my new town. I found out it was someone's birthday. She was a new friend. And I said, oh, we're going to do this. It's going to be great. And she blew up the internet with upset and anger and suspicion. that someone would leave her a gift and not put their name on it. Really, like, she didn't just want to know who it was, she needed to know who it was. And I had a lot of trouble not relieving her of that upset, because that's something that I need to work on.
Right.
How do I allow you to grow by going through those issues and those challenges?
Yeah.
So that was her opportunity. My opportunity was to do my game, which was to give something away without taking credit for it, and then be with whatever the consequences were, which were not what I expected at all. So it gave me an even bigger lesson to learn.
Yeah.
And I never told her. The only person that knows is Russell, my husband.
Wow. And see, like, I love this activity. I've done this before. I have people I've given things to that I've never said a word. It is very hard for me to do that, because I'm such a celebratory person. Like, I want to see her excited, and then you're yay, and then hug and all of that. And so I recognize that for myself. But I had to confront that part, like why is it that I feel the need to tell somebody? Is it because I want the thanks? And I don't think that I say this in saying to everybody that tries this activity, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting appreciation.
Yeah, the gift is in the giving.
Right. Expecting it, then we have to, like, it's really uncomfortable to face that and to go, okay, what's that reason why for things. But
yeah,
it's interesting. So, fun question, are there metrics or signs that indicate that something is going to have lasting change? That's an interesting question to ponder as well.
It is. And I think if I was really good at research and data collection, I would have a really good answer for you. I would tell you all the things, but right now I'm just going to say, I don't know. Let's see what AI thinks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting thought, because it's like, there's so many things that, okay, great example. So you're talking about the tree analogy, right? So my grandparents owned a house over here in Groton. And when towards the end of my grandfather's life, my grandmother had sold it, and he went in the nursing home, and she went into a smaller apartment that was easier for her to manage. I was really upset about them selling this house, because do you guys remember when we were in school and we got the little Arbor Day tree seedlings at school? Do you guys remember that? So I used to come home and plant those trees in my grandparents' backyard. And when they went to sell the house, that's all I could think about was these damn trees that I planted. Yeah. And so that was really, really hard for me. And so now, as I drive by and see the house that they've made a mess out of, I think about, they probably just dug them up. Because trees take so long to grow, they were probably not very big, whatever else. So if you think about that as part of the analogy, like, somebody could dig up your tree at any time.
That's right.
Does it even, we're gonna get to something else. Hit me this morning with this. I was looking over whose today's birthdays were. We're about to get to birthdays here in a couple minutes. And one of them is Alexander Graham Bell, who we know had the hand in inventing the telephone. Well, I remember in school talking that anytime science-y things came up, it was always about Alexander Graham Bell, and just so much gratitude and thankfulness for the phone. I don't hear a lot about that anymore, and I don't, in fact, know a lot of people who still have a landline outside of, like, a doctor's office. Wow. And so I think about that too, like, does lasting impact mean something bigger than people just talking about it? Like, is it just recognizing it as a step and moving on? But it had me thinking about this topic too, as I saw his name pop up.
Well, I would say, without the phone that he created and had a hand in, would we have cell phones? Would we have cameras? Right. Would we have the movies?
Yeah.
Circling back to the Oscars, that callback. I could be.
Gosh.
If only I was funnier, I could be a comedian. Great at the callback. But I think that without what we create, there isn't the inspiration to create more. You know how they say there's no new ideas? And I think it's because we're always inspired.
Right.
And so he will, just like, what do they say, that every cell in my body has the cells of every ancestor? What is that saying? And I think it's like that. I don't know most of my ancestors. I don't have a good history of my ancestors, but that doesn't mean that they haven't had an impact on who I am and what I can create. And they get credit for everything that I create and every impact I make, because without them, I am not.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, I think this is great, because this gives us a good starting point of like just examining, what does lasting impact look like to you? Do you need someone to erect a statue of you to have like impact? Do you need people to continue to talk? Like, what does that look like for you? And how much control do you even have of it once you're gone? Like, it's interesting things to think about. And I think what I've come to so far is that I'm okay while I'm alive to live in the illusion that everything that I put in place is going to continue. I'm okay to be in that illusion/delusion. Like, I'm okay with it, because I'm alive now. Who knows what's going to happen when I'm a ghost and haunting you all? I don't know.
That's right. And I want to still do a streaming thing with you when we're both gone. So we have to figure out how that works.
Yeah.
Like how to do that in the beyond.
Yeah.
But I want to give everyone here an idea, in case you absolutely must have a statue, or you'll feel like you didn't accomplish anything. Like if that's you, here's a really important secret. Ready? Like, you have to lean in for this one. So everybody lean in. You can erect your own statue.
Breaking news.
Should have been somebody else to erect it for you. If you think you deserve a statue, you should. And it has to be small, whatever your budget can manage. Big, small, right? You should have your own statue. I'll allow it. You have my permission. If you need permission, you have it.
100%. Erect your own statue. Everybody, let me know in the comments as we go to break. Before we do birthdays here, we're going to go to a quick break. Go in the comments and let me know, what would your statue look like and where would it be? Put it up today.
And what's it wearing?
What are you wearing? Yes. Okay. We'll be right back after this, and everybody don't go anywhere. Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home. Where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. Today is Monday, March 3rd, 2025. It's Jessica Dugas here with my fabulous co-host today, Trista Polo. Self-love shenanigans, joy shenanigans, all the shenanigans are happening today. Before we went to break, I asked if we decided that you could go erect your own statue and what would it look like and where would it be? And I was cracking up behind the scenes here, you guys. Danielle said a wax statue like they do for the stars. I'd be wearing a cheetah print. Put me somewhere in Hawaii, but air conditioning so I don't melt. There was so much thought. So much thought put into
Yes, I love that.
I love it. Sharon's here this morning. Good morning, Sharon. She said, I created a lasting moment that you helped me discover today. I took a picture of a tree we planted for my mother-in-law when she passed in Florida. So when we moved to Colorado, I have that picture forever, and it feels like I am right there looking at it.
Beautiful.
And that's the other thing too. Like, I think when I hear the word forever, it's so outside of what my brain can even fathom. Yeah. Right. Like it just forever such a big word for me because I think of it beyond myself. But I think that's such another great thing to think about is what does that word forever mean to you?
Yeah.
Like what are we talking about when we think about lasting? What is that? Does it mean just as long as you're alive? Does it mean afterwards? What does it mean? I don't know. Sharon doesn't want a statue. She wants a star on a sidewalk.
Oh, okay. That's a good Oscar callback.
Yes.
I talked about those a little bit. Yep.
I 100% want a star. I want a star. Let's see. Brittany said, I would be in a garden full of flowers. Statue would look like me in something artsy, vibrant, and flowy with my nails done and holding a paintbrush. I love it. I love it. This has been so much fun, you guys. We have to do birthdays, though. Let's do it.
Happy birthday to you.
All right. I don't have too many today, but let's go over it. In the world of celebrity, singer, actress Camila Cabello, 28 years old today. I love it when you call me señorita. Okay. Anyway, also actress Jessica Biel, 43 years old today. Happy birthday, Jessica. We love Jessicas around here. The cake boss, I think it's the cake boss, Buddy Valastro. Yeah. That's who the cake boss is, right? I'm not mixing two people up. 48 years old today. And then, as I mentioned, Alexander Graham Bell, who passed away in 1922. He had a birthday today as well. And the celebrities in my life, Pete DiMambro, Mr. Pete, as he was known growing up, one of my neighbors as we were kids, has a birthday today. Happy birthday, Mr. Pete. Do you have anybody that you're celebrating today, Trista?
Nobody quite yet, although I think it might have come up before. My birthday will be in a couple of weeks. So since I won't see you all till April, can I throw it in the bucket?
Yes.
Okay, March 16th. That's me.
Polo. Okay, we're going to sing to you today. And of course, I will be singing to you on whatever episode is closest to your birthday as well. So you get double duty because
that's exciting.
It's a host perk.
Okay, great. I'll take it. I'll take any perk I get, even this one. That's perfect.
Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Camila Cabello, Jessica Biel, Buddy Valastro, Alexander Graham Bell, Pete DiMambro, and Trista Polo.
Happy birthday to you.
All right. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating and dancing behind the scenes.
I was dancing. Can I give us a shout out really quick?
Yes.
I don't know how it actually sounded, but to me over here, it sounded like we were spot on exactly together for the first part of the song.
Yes, it was in unison.
I don't think we've ever done that before.
Well, And the other day, Olivia and I we harmonized perfectly. Like, I don't know what is all lining up lately, but
Yeah.
you guys don't understand on your side of listening that there's a delay. So
Yeah.
to get that right is like
Winning the lottery.
we're winners.
We
Okay. Erect a statue of that.
I mean,
Anything you have happening this week, Trista, that you would like to share before we go today, or any final words?
I am very grateful for this community. I'm very grateful for you. I have a newly erected and fantastic virtual office, and I have been utilizing it for my coaching sessions, and anytime anybody wants to meet, that's where we are, and I'm just loving it.
Yes, and it's beautiful, you guys. You should go check it out. You can go to thebreakthroughshownetwork.com and join our virtual community in the center. Click already registered if you've already registered. And when you go in there, you'll see under office spaces, Trista's lobby, and you can go check that out. And from there, you can get to her office. And it's so great and wonderful. And I love, that's one of the things that I shared. I was interviewed recently about our virtual community. And one of the things that I love so much is that everybody's personal spaces really do reflect who they are. So if you ever go like, wonder what Teresa's like, go step in Teresa's office and you'll be like, oh, Teresa.
I get her now.
Everybody's spaces really do reflect them. And so I just love that. So definitely go check out Trista's space, and sending you good vibes, Trista, as well, as I know you'll be traveling back soon and all of that fun stuff in your travels. So coming up today on the Breakthrough Show Network, you guys, we have community meditation happening at 10:30. I will be leading it today, and I'm taking you guys on a sailing excursion. So come join us for that 10:30 Eastern time in our meditation room. Then we also have a virtual co-working Pomodoro style coming up. Check in at 12:55. We work together from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern time. And I hope to see you guys there. We have lots of goodness happening this week, including Craft Circle tomorrow night with Brittany, the start of Inner Child Healing with Neurographic Art with Teresa. Nice. Coming up on Wednesday. You can find all of the information about that at thebreakthroughshow.network.com. Thebreakthroughshownetwork.com. Thank you for being here today, Miss Trista.
Thank you for having me.
I love you all so much today. I'm Jessica Dugas. This is Trista Polo, and we want to remind you that joy is within you. And we will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.